welcome to another RSR. Tonight, I'm reviewing Forge FC 1, Toronto FC 1, 4-5 on penalties in the 2020 Canadian Championship Final, the long-awaited 2020 Final. Toronto FC wins! They are your Canadian champions for the 2020 season. Long-awaited, but they still are. Breathe. Calm down. Breathe. They won on penalties. I can't believe I said those words. Amazing. Goals were scored as follows. Halftime, 0-0. Then in the 58th minute, Alejandro Pozuelo has the ball. Goes to him, played to him. Takes the shot. Banger into the top left corner over the hand of Tristan Henry. Puts it into the net. Golazo, Alejandro Pozuelo. He's back. He ain't no Tronco no more. Pozuelo's back. The one we know and love. He's back. 3 goals in 2 games. 2 bangers in 2 weeks. Oh, he's back. I'm thinking he's back. 58th minute. 0-1. 1-0. Toronto FC. They have the lead. But 2 minutes later, Tristan Borges gets a ball. Played into him on the angle. Takes the shot. Curls it past Quentin Westberg with a banger of a shot. Bangers only was the only game these two teams were playing, I guess. 60th minute, 1-1. Good shot by Borges. Reminiscent of his 2019 self, his old self. And they get it done there. 1-1 is the way we go to full time. We go straight to penalties. Jesus Jimenez takes the first penalty, easily slots it 1-0 TFC. Alexander Akinyote Janssen, in answering, does the same. Slots the penalty, easy as you like, rolls it in, 1-1. Carlos Salcedo, El Titan, takes a penalty, takes a great shot, puts it in. Great penalty by Carlos Salcedo, the DP center back. Taron Campbell, the brand new player, comes over from Pacific to Forge, but Taron Campbell scores 2-2. DeAndre Kerr puts it past the post, horrible penalty, and puts TFC on the back burner, 2-2 still. Then Wubens Pashis makes DeAndre Kerr missing pay. It's 3-2 Forge. Then Alejandro Pozuelo steps up knowing that he probably should because he doesn't miss unless it's against Thomas Hasal. But he doesn't miss. He still don't miss. 2 straight penalties in 2 straight weeks as well. Good penalty by Alejandro Pozuelo. 3-3. Then Kyle Becker, the former Toronto FC man, steps up. He misses. Saved. Saved by Quentin Westberg. It's still 3-3. TFC could take the lead back. They do, with Jordan Perruzza getting himself a good moment in a Canadian Championship Final after that near miss against Montreal. Great penalty. And it's 4-3. Then David Choinière takes his penalty, sends it to sudden death, rolls it into the net, easy as you like. That's 4-4. Then Cozy Thompson, another rookie, takes his penalty, calmly as you like, slots it in the net past Tristan Henry. Then Kwasi Poku comes up against Quentin Westberg. He hits the bar, it goes out. He does not score, no save, but it's a miss. 5-4 TFC on penalties after a 1-1 draw after 90. Good enough. 2020 Canadian champions are Toronto FC. They deserve the 2021 spot. They have proven that should have been their spot, and they earned that spot. Or that they had, in the end, had earned that spot. But that sounds stupid when you put it like that, but there you go. Stats are as follows. 18 shots to 11, 8 shots on goal to 5, 46% possession to 54% possession, 430 passes to 510 passes, 84% pass accuracy to 86, 13 fouls to 10, 1 offside to 1, 5 yellow cards to 4, 0 red cards to 0, and 6 corners to 3. TFC, they definitely dictated the pace. I don't think they were as outplayed as people would like to say. This was not as bad as Halifax, okay? Halifax that's definitely outplayed. This was actually a better game than the Halifax game. Unluckily, though, we go to penalties here. We had a winner in the Halifax game. It should have honestly been the other way around. Forge did look more like their 2019-2021 selves in this match. I would admit that. But Toronto, they had their moments. Forge had their moments. Arguably, you could say Toronto should have won without penalties. McNaughton with 2 great headers. Jesus Jimenez with a good run. TFC should have won this game outright, to be completely honest. It was more of a fault of them not finishing or Tristan Henry making some great saves that sent this to penalties. I wouldn't say that when it comes to this match that Toronto really deserved to go to penalties or Forge did either, but it did. And Forge still has not won a match on penalties, by the way. Some had to give. Toronto in big finals in a penalty shootout, or Forge's record winless in penalty shootouts. Some had to give, and it was Toronto's hoodoo in penalty shootouts. I'm glad it did. I guess Bob Bradley actually has them practicing penalties. Lovely. You love to see it. They actually do practice penalties, I guess. Because, I mean, why would DeAndre Kerr go up there instead of Michael Bradley had they not been practicing penalties? It was a horrible penalty by DeAndre Kerr, but to me, I think they were practicing penalties. And they knew he could handle it, and then he scuffed it. But that's not a hat flick because we won. If we lost, would have been a hat flick, but I really don't want to do hat flicks again for a 3rd straight video, and we won. So that was a horrible penalty, though. It wasn't great. Straight off the bar or out of the post. Never looked like it was going in. Could have been a horrible location. I couldn't tell you. DeAndre Kerr is still a great player, though. But he missed a penalty in his rookie year. It's going to happen. Cozy Thompson with a great penalty. Jimenez, Salcedo, Pozuelo. 2 of them I knew were going to score. Salcedo, I was hoping. But center backs do normally score penalties. So, I had a good feeling. TFC wins a penalty shootout. Lovely. They were honestly, I think TFC was slightly, it was even, but I think they were slightly the better team for the reason they dictated the play. They dictated the tempo. They handled it well. McNaughton was good defensively. I thought Salcedo was good defensively. I think that's the pairing, to be honest. I think that's the pairing defensively. Salcedo and McNaughton. That's a really good pairing. McNaughton is better than Salcedo, but I think that's a great pairing for center backs. I think that's the pairing you need to go with. Not O'Neal, not Mavinga. I think it's McNaughton and Salcedo. But TFC, I think they handled the momentum well, the pace well, and they honestly should have won in regular time. They didn't, though, but they still won on penalty shootout. They deserve to win this match. I think we all thought they would win, but knowing the way they've been playing, some people were like, oh, they'll get slapped. They didn't. They did learn from the Halifax game. They've learned from Chicago. This was honestly a better performance than Chicago as well, tell you the truth. 3 straight wins, baby. You could say it's 2 wins and a draw, but when you win a trophy on a penalty shootout, I'd say 3 straight wins. In a way, I'd say 3 straight wins. And 4 straight unbeaten. Lovely. 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 TFC, Hamilton, Forge played well. Forge played very well. That reminded me of the old Forge. That's the Forge I know. I think they're starting to get back to who they are, or who we know them as. I think they've realized how to handle the play, how to handle the situation, and how to play like they are without CONCACAF. They did go into the time machine at least. The hot tub time machine. TFC, on the other hand, well, no, they did too. Because 2020, they had a horrible time scoring goals. It wasn't the defense. It was a tight game, and TFC just couldn't score the second. Yeah. Sounds about right, tell you the truth. You know what? Honestly, yeah. Yeah, TFC also went into the time machine. They couldn't score for hell, or shit. They couldn't score for... We're going to leave that. They couldn't score at all. Not at all, they couldn't score. just like 2020. They scored a goal, they couldn't do anything else. Oh, by the way, who scores it? Alejandro Pozuelo, as per. But it's a good thing to see him be back to his old 2020 self in a 2020 final after playing Chicago like he did. I'm just saying. But Forge did play well. They played well. And Forge fans should be proud. This was better than the Montreal game. I don't know if that was a one-night thing or Montreal's really that good or it was both. We'll see on the 22nd ourselves. But in the semis, we'll see ourselves. But Forge played well. I'm going to honestly, not if I were used, but I am used. So Forge fans, be proud. You were this close to being the first Canadian Premier League team to ever winning the Canadian Championship, and you could have held that over our heads forever. Being like, we should have had the CCL spot. We beat you, blah, blah, blah. You were this close. You were a tooth away. You were a nose hair away. You should be proud of that. And you're showing yourselves to be who you used to be, not who you started this season as. They're getting closer to their older 2021, 2020, 2019 selves. That's a good thing for Forge. And they're also in playoff places in the CPL, so as it stands, things are going their way. It's good to see that. Toronto fans, I think this is good. I think it's good. Of course, we won a trophy. But you look at it and you're saying, these kids got some fire knowing how it is to lift a trophy. And it helps them probably keep it into perspective what they need to do against Montreal. I think this is the best thing that could have happened. They had to scrape it away. They had to tough it out and get the trophy. They earned that. They earned that. And also, the youth had a big say in this penalty shootout. Peruzza and Thompson and DeAndre Kerr. But they had a say. And that means a lot. I think this helps the team gel better. And you'll see them play, I think you'll see them play pretty well after the break against Red Bulls on the 18th. And then against Montreal and Toronto, all bets are off because it's Montreal. It's a 401 derby. They'll probably play their best match of the season up to that point. Probably. I'd hope that's the case, but I would guess that that's probably the case. Is it enough? Don't know. I actually believe that they'll probably embarrass Montreal in front of Insigne in the Canadian Championship, get to the final, and basically have not a cakewalk to the trophy, but Insigne is at least going to be playing the 2022 final against Vancouver or York, so I like our chances, even if it's at BC Place, or it would be at BC Place if it's Vancouver, or York Lions if it was York. I like our chances. I do. And this team has learned from this, and that's all you want to see. Is it the best performance? No. Did they win the trophy? Yes. And that's all you need. TFC did good enough. They did good enough, and that's what we've expected this whole first half of the season. Got to keep going that way. It's not like this team is going to just automatically wake up pre-July and just start smashing teams. They got to figure this out, except maybe Montreal. But again, that's a 401 derby. I mean, hell, Toronto played Montreal in Toronto last year, and it was a draw, but they were the better team that whole game, and it looked like they should have won it, frankly. So we'll see what happens there. I feel like Toronto will be going to the Canadian Championship 2022 final. We'll see what I say after Red Bulls on the 18th, but we'll see how good that performance is on the road. We'll see. But with that being said, TFC did what they had to do. Champions of Canada of 2020. They proved they deserve that CCL spot that they had in 2021, and they proved that they're back to where they should be. That's great to see. So if you like this video, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Send a super chat in the live streams. Hit that like button. Hit that bell notification once you're subscribed. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share it with friends and family. All that great stuff. Tomorrow, I have a live watch along and review of Canada versus Panama friendly, of course, to replace the one that replaced the Iran friendly. And since they have that, that was the only thing I was planning on doing, a Canada friendly on the 5th. Or I would have watched Hell in a Cell, but guess what? They replaced it. So I'll see you then for the friendly. There you go. TFC, congratulations. Let's go. Lovely. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace.